So here I was, watching Bob's Burgers, when I stumbled upon this one scene. The scene happens in Season 3, Episode 6, The Deepening. It's the episode with the mechanical shark. In it, Teddy just slides behind a wall. Looking at it, it seemed like the perfect scene to try to replicate. Simple effect, and yet could teach me a few things. You've got to start somewhere after all. For this reason, I decided to make a video and share my experiment with you. So here's our clip, Teddy sliding behind a wall. Just want to make sure we only have the loop and nothing else. Once we've added the loop, let's move over to Color tab to save the background. Here, we can grab the still and export the image. Now, we'll want to extract Teddy in order to animate it. From the Fusion tab, we'll use a polygon node. With it, we just need to trace Teddy's outline. Here we go. We start by roughly drawing the outline with a few points. Those are usually placed at points of inflection. There we go. And now that we've roughly placed our points around, we need to properly fit the outline. This means readjusting our points, but also adjusting the curves. When you select a point, there are two lines around it. Each of those lines controls one of the curves around the point. So now we want to adjust each of them individually to fit the outline. Do note that by default, you control both curves around the point. If you want to only control one of them, you'll need to use the control key. This is a fairly tedious process, and since I'm new at this, I'm rather slow, but luckily, it's a fairly simple outline. So now that we've got our outline, we'll want to isolate Teddy. For this, we'll start by adding a new background node, which is completely transparent. Once we've got our transparent background, we'll simply want to merge it with our image, using the polygon as a mask so that only the part of the image we want will appear in front of the background. And here we go. We've got Teddy on his own, isolated. But there seems to be something missing. Ah yes, the straggly hair from his beard. Well, let's try to add it back by using the paint tool. The first thing we'll want to do is to get the proper color. We'll just take it from the hair itself. We'll also want to make sure to merge this on top of the image so that we can actually see it in the final result. Now, in order to draw it, we'll first need to make sure to adjust the size of our brush. Once we've got a reasonable size, let's go ahead and trace over it. We'll go ahead and do that with each hair. Let's now do some readjustment. And there we go, we've now fully extracted Teddy. Now we want to go ahead and export this image. For this, we simply right-click on the image and use Save Image. Now that we've got our background in our image, let's go and animate it. For this, let's use a Fusion clip. We'll also want to change its duration to match the animation. Now, from the Fusion tab, let's import the background. We then want to import the image and merge it in front of the background. Let's now make Teddy slide. For this, we'll need a transform node. We'll want to set a keyframe at the beginning of the animation, where we'll leave Teddy unmoved. We also want to add a keyframe at the end of the clip, where we'll move Teddy completely behind the wall. Let's make sure to align it properly. And here we go. We've got Teddy sliding. Unfortunately, he's sliding in front of the wall instead of behind it. Let's fix that. For this, we'll want to use a rectangle as a mask. Here, you can see it only shows what's inside the mask. That's the opposite of what we want. Let's invert it. Okay, this looks good enough. Let's see how that affected our animation. Okay, not bad. Teddy is actually sliding behind the wall now. Good. Finally, we just need to export the animation. So we go to the Export tab and use the format we want. And now that we've finally gotten our final result, let's compare it with the original. Well, the result's not bad, even though it's slightly different. One of the core differences here is the movement is slightly offset. That's because we use a purely linear movement, whereas the animators probably did things a little more manually and slightly less linearly. And there we go, we've reproduced the animation we wanted to reproduce. Thanks for watching, and I hope you either learned something or decided you wanted to try something out yourself.